family, we have a long-standing joke about the social habits of me and my siblings. My parents like to call us hermits or recluses because we tend to keep all the blinds closed because we live in Tucson, Arizona, and it just gets really hot if you let the sun come in. But on top of keeping the sunshine out of whatever room we're sitting in, we don't really talk to each other. And in fact, my parents have walked in on me, my younger sister, and my younger brother on a Skype video call with each other in the same room. We thought that was pretty funny, but they thought it was awfully antisocial of us to be Skyping with each other while we were sitting directly across from each other. And society in general kind of has the same view about people that are recluses or hermits, that whatever they're doing shouldn't be taken seriously. But there is one recluse or hermit that really changed that mindset. Her work is considered to be one of the most influential pieces of literature ever put out into the public, in spite of her social habits and in spite of the way she leads her personal life. And we're going to be examining Harper Lee's famous book today, To Kill a Mockingbird. Because in spite of Harper Lee's eccentricities, her book is absolutely foundational to the education system because of the messages that are found inside of it. It is an extremely important book, and we're going to be dividing it into 3 sections. First, we'll give an overview of the plot line, because even if you've read it, we might need a refresher course on what the storyline of To Kill a Mockingbird is, because in order to understand the message of something, you have to know the storyline. And then the message of this book is what we're going to be discussing secondly. And finally, what sort of response those that adhere to a Christian worldview can have towards To Kill a Mockingbird. So let's jump right into the first point, discussing the plotline of To Kill a Mockingbird. Now, contrary to the title, it is not about killing birds, though symbolism between mockingbirds and people is definitely drawn inside of the text of To Kill a Mockingbird. We are introduced to a family during the Great Depression in America who is the Finch family, which consists of Scout, Jem, and their father Atticus, who is a lawyer inside of his small southern town. Now, we meet Atticus at a time when he is facing a very difficult case and a very controversial one that his colleagues told him not to take, but it's one that no one else would take, so he accepted it. It is the case of a man who is named Tom Robinson. Now, Tom Robinson has been accused of attacking a white woman, and her race is critical because Tom Robinson is a black man, and he, on top of that, is a black man that does not have a good social standing in his community. He's not seen as someone that is very important, and Atticus is desperately trying to prove that the accusation of the attack is completely wrong, and that the girl's father is actually the guilty party in the abuse that has been proven to happen. But simply because of Tom Robinson's race, all of the evidence is discounted, and he is accused of the crime anyway. And he is sent to prison in spite of the efforts of his community to try and save him. Now, Tom Robinson tries to escape from the abuses that he endures in prison because, frankly, prison in the South for an African-American person was very unkind during this period of America's history, but he is shot by prison guards and he dies. So Atticus's case is really a failure to try and save this obviously innocent man, and that's meant to invoke rage in the readers because we can see that this man is not guilty, and that the father is in fact the guilty party. And then the father resurfaces, because even though he won the court case, he was humiliated because of the proof that there was of him being the one abusing his daughter. So he decides to try and attack Atticus's children, Scout and Jem, on their way to a school pageant. But Scout and Jem's mysterious and mentally handicapped neighbor, Boo Radley, shows up at the end of the book, and this is really the only time we meet this character. He saves the children, and then he goes back into hiding because society has also rejected this character as well. So the whole story centers around people that are rejected by society, but these people are still genuinely good people that need protection. Sometimes that protection doesn't work, but in the case of Boo Radley, it does work. And he is then able to save the children from a man that is protected by society, but is a genuinely evil character. The message then behind To Kill a Mockingbird, yes, encapsulates the idea of racial discrimination being absolutely wrong, but prejudice in general. Because Boo Radley, though he is a white man, he is a mentally handicapped man, so society society rejected him and drove him into hiding because he knew no one would ever accept him until these two young children stepped in and showed him that people were still capable of caring for him and being his friend. And that's also something very important to the storyline, the idea of friendship and family being absolutely critical in someone's life. Now, there's no real world view we can attest all of these to because these ideas are shown in many worldviews, but these are the morals of To Kill a Mockingbird. And as a Christian, our response is absolutely a positive one, because throughout the Bible, we see inequality being shown as something that is wrong. And we see Jesus in particular reaching out to people that were considered undesirable and that were discriminated against, such as the Samaritan woman that Jesus stepped down to help when no one else would even go near her. So love for the undesirables is absolutely important. And Harper Lee, in spite of her being a hermit, has contributed one of the most influential pieces to American literature in terms of showing us that prejudice is wrong, love will triumph, and that we should try and protect people that society says we should reject.